Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is I, Nick from This 3D Life. That's iSalsaShark on the Twitter, and I'm coming at you with this week's video blog or vlog or whatever it's called. I don't know yet still. This week, I want to talk about the Order 1886, the new PlayStation exclusive. Came out last week. I got my hands on it, played it on a Twitch stream. I Twitch streamed it beginning to end, and I am going to go in today with a little review discussion. I don't want to call it a review because I'm not doing reviews. I'm not really into that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to talk about the game, what I liked, what I didn't like. Maybe you will agree, disagree, but take away from that what you will. Decide if you want to play it, and we'll go from there. The Order 1886 is by Ready at Dawn. They made the PSP God of War games. Really great games. Loved it. Was super excited for this game to come out. So the hype built around the game. They showed it off at E3. People were super fucking excited. Then they delayed the game. It was supposed to originally come out around launch. I don't know if it was supposed to be a launch title for the PlayStation 4 or if it was going to be within the first month or two. It was supposed to be early, though, and it got pushed back, and everyone was a little miffed about that. But honestly, in my opinion, if a game's getting pushed back, it's probably because it's not ready. And in the case of this game, I can definitely tell you it was probably not ready. Right before launch, people started getting the copies early, and someone uploaded a video to YouTube. And it was a complete gameplay of the Order 1886, and it was clocking in about 5 hours. 5 hours? That's not so good. But everyone was like, well, wait till the game comes out and see, or wait till all the reviews are up and see. And the reviews started coming out, and sure enough, the game was unfortunately clocking in at about 6 to 8 hours. 5 hours, I'm not quite sure. I didn't personally watch the playthrough of that because I was waiting to see. I might go check it out, but 5 hours seems a little short to me. After playing through the game, 5 hours, the person would have had to have been beelining it to the exit points or whatever triggers the next cutscene, because that is what we'll get into. A big part of this game is cutscenes. So it comes out, and the game is about 6 to 8 hours long. On top of that, it is not getting great scores. It had, last time I checked, it had about a Metacritic score of about 65. It could have changed by now, but when I looked at it right before launch day, the game came out Friday, so Thursday I looked at it, and it was about a 65, which is not great. 65, there are worse games, but 65 is not good. Metacritic is also really tough because obviously anyone can upload their opinions to Metacritic and often skews the scores. So Order 1886 takes place in London during 1886, obviously. And the whole point of the game is that you are playing Sir Galahad of the Order, which is basically the carnation of the Knights of the Round Table. Had existed and continued to exist all the way into further into history, and they are basically this order of knights that fight or attempt to fight and hold off Lycan, so basically werewolves. And basically all of the things that go along with this alternate timeline. So obviously if werewolves existed, there may be some radical groups that maybe align themselves with the werewolves and so on. And that's basically what you are supposed to be dealing with. That's the rough mix of it. But I want to get into the actual bits of the game, because really none of that matters too much because the game doesn't really go into it that much. So visually, the Order 1886 is absolutely stunning. The detail and everything that Ready at Dawn did in the environments is absolutely stunning. It's like they painted this absolute gorgeous picture of 1886 London, and they plop you right in it, and it feels great. But there's nothing in the environments. Like, it's like they painted this gorgeous picture and they plopped you in it, and they're like, don't touch. There's nothing to interact with. There's nothing to do. There's not like you're on this very linear path. It's pretty obvious they tried to take pages out of the Naughty Dog Last of Us book of like we want to have this insanely compelling driving single player narrative in these environments that we just drive you straight, you getting A to B to further the progression of the story, and you do things in between. Now, unfortunately, for Ready at Dawn, Naughty Dog did that flawlessly and created The Last of Us, which is like easily one of the best games ever made. And the Order 1886 does that so poorly, and it falls flat pretty much everywhere. So you're in these great environments. There's nothing to do in them. They're gorgeous. They're great to look at, but that's pretty much all you can do in them because there's nothing to do in them. And you are then pushed through where you have to do quick time events after quick time events, whether it's moving a beam to crawl under it or to twist a lever or to interact with something. It's just constant quick time events, which then trigger you into more cinematics, which then trigger you into these small areas that you walk through that look gorgeous, but there's nothing to do in them, in which you then do more quick time events, which then brings you to a cinematic, which is gorgeous and it's propelling the story. And then finally you get into a zone where you will now finally be fighting enemies. Great. So here we are. We're fighting enemies, and you get these great guns, which are super fucking cool. They make you feel like they belong in this time period, this alternate time period, and they make you like really appreciate the work that went in. It's like, oh, these guns are going to be super fucking fun, and they are super fun. There's some super great guns in the game. But the problem is that you then are in these combat areas for, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. They're bland. There's nothing in the areas. It's like an empty square with a few pieces of cover, and enemy waves just spawn over and over and over until a certain point, and then whatever teammate you're with is like, oh, all right, looks like we got them all. Let's keep moving. And then they take the gun away. Like, someone will be like, oh, can I get that? Or here, take this one instead. And they'll take the awesome gun that shoots gas at people and then lights the air on fire, and you're like, oh, this gun is super fucking cool and original. And they're like, oh, here, take this like sniper rifle, and that's just like a sniper rifle in any other game. And it's okay. And then you never get the gun again, or you get it later for like 5 more seconds. One small combat area, and that's it. And it's like, I just wish I could spend more time with these great guns. And instead, most of the game you have like, I don't know, like standard rifle or standard sniper rifle, when there are these great guns like the arc cannon or whatever it's fucking called, where it's a lightning gun and it shoots fucking lightning and blows shit up. That's fucking awesome. Nope, take it away. One part where you get like this crazy rocket launcher thing, which is insane and it's awesome, but it's literally in one small sequence, and you use it for like a minute, and then it's over, and that's it, and you never see the gun again. It sounds like this game is fucking terrible by everything that I've said, but I don't want it to get misconstrued. I actually had a really good time with the game. I enjoyed the game a lot. Like if I were to tell you, I would tell you it's a good game. The Order 1886 is a good game. It is not a great game. It is not the game that was supposed to be the next big exclusive on the PlayStation. But it is a good game. It is not a great game by any stretch of the imagination. The game is not great. It is good. Like, just good. Now, everyone's big qualm, $60 and I get 5 hours of gameplay. I put 7.5 hours in. My gameplay was 7.5 hours, beginning to end. Now, gameplay is gameplay because it's, it's like 3 hours of actual playing the game, and the rest of it is actual cutscenes and QuickTime events. I love the world that they created. I did enjoy the story. It wasn't great, but I enjoyed the story, and I enjoyed what they were doing with it. And I really love the world that they built, and I loved the environments, and I would love to see Ready at Dawn get another crack at the Order. which I guess by the end of the game it's like 1887 because it progresses through time over the year 1886. So like Order 1887, I like have this feeling in my gut that it will be a great game, but people have to let them just get away with this one really just flop of a game. It like I said, I enjoyed it. It is a good game. It is not a great game. It is a good game that suffers from a lot of problems, but on the other hand, I enjoyed my time with it and I had fun, and I hope that they make a sequel because I have a very good feeling it is going to be very good. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I know like a lot of what I said was like negative, and then I was just like, but I liked it and it was good. And it really is hard to explain because there's so much wrong with the game. But by the end of my playthrough, I was like, no, there's something here and I like it. It's just not great. It's not finished. They missed the mark. It should have been more gameplay. You should have had the option to hold on to weapons. The environments need to just have more. I need to be able to feel like I'm in the environment instead of looking at the environment. But it was so close to being something special because without it being something special, I still feel like there was something there. There's something there that like they just barely missed, and it's unfortunate because the game could have been great. But hopefully that helps. My suggestion is wait till the game is on sale, or if you have PlayStation Plus, you can hold me to this. I think within 6 months it'll be on PlayStation Plus for free. So check it out if it comes to PlayStation Plus, or wait till it's on sale, which it will go on sale. They'll put it in a flash sale or something, and it'll be like $40, and that's perfect. It's a $40 game, perfect $40 game. 60 no, 40 yes. So there's that. All right, well, I guess that'll do it for this week. This week's a vlog. So I am Nick Cascarella. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at iSalsaShark. Make sure to follow This 3D Life at This 3D Life. On Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a Twitch stream every Wednesday, and that is at twitch.tv/This3D Life. Come hang out with me. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes I do the weekend also, but it's always Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also go over to WordPress and check out our blog where we have articles. This gets posted there. All the podcasts get posted there. So go over there, check it out, this3dlife.wordpress.com. Again, I'm Nick Cascarella, and last week I did this thing where I was like, oh, I fucking am a jerk off and I've never been on Reddit or whatever. And the idea behind that was like, I'm going to get over this not really irrational, but this kind of insecurity of doing these vlog things because I'm just sitting here talking to a camera by myself. Well, the dog's over there, but by myself. And I was like, oh, that'll be a good way. I'll just put myself out there and kind of poke fun at myself. And I still think I'm going to do that, but I couldn't think of anything to do this week. So I guess you get this.